New at 6, a Fort Lauderdale police officer facing backlash after an internal investigation revealed serious allegations against him, including the use of racial slurs. Calls to strip him of his badge are growing louder.
And tonight, the Fort Lauderdale police chief is agreeing. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor is live in Fort Lauderdale with a reaction, including what the officer's attorney is saying about all this. Yvonne?
That's right, and this incident sparked an internal investigation.
He said, "This is a part." I ain't gonna lie. First time I heard that, I died laughing, bro. Hey, man, where I'm from, we just kick it. I am not trying to. I know we live in such a sensitive era right now, man. Oh, man, you can't do that. You're being racist. I ain't being racist, man. I'm just kicking it. But at the same time, I do realize if y'all start making some watermelon jokes, we're going to do more than just kick it. So I'm going to let that go, big dog. But your accent just caught me off guard. It was a little funny for me, man, because you got a strong one. Hey, Miami off the chain, though, with that racism stuff. I be telling y'all that America's new epicenter for racism. We're going to talk more about that on the end, but let's see what Racist Cop 2.0, and I tell y'all why I said that, too, got going on down here in South Florida where I'm at. It's Trailhand Bill.
This incident sparked an internal investigation, Elliot and Lauren. The whole incident, according to the document, happened in the parking lot of this establishment. It's a bar in Fort Lauderdale. Now, Officer John Giga, who has been in the force for 16 years, faces serious allegations, and the NAACP is saying today, why is he not fired?
This is not a normal fist fight. It is three men fighting with police officer John Giga in the parking lot of a bar in Fort Lauderdale.
There were actions that led up to that moment.
4 o'clock in the morning, he's out there swearing. He's out there using the N-word profusely.
According to Broward public defender, the officer used racial slurs against these men before it all escalated to a fight.
This was Thanksgiving last year.
Friday morning, the NAACP held a news conference showing the surveillance video and officer's body cam from the incident 7 months ago.
The NAACP is not anti-police. We are anti-racist police.
This is not the type of law enforcement officer we should have in our community.
He called 911 because I think he got into a fight with someone.
Police officers were called to the scene that early morning on November of 2023, not knowing they would find one of their own, Officer John Giga.
He said he was there breaking up a fight.
According to a 385-page document from Internal Affairs, Officer Giga finished his shift, parked his marked vehicle, he changed his clothes and never turned off the vehicle. He entered the bar and apparently started drinking.
And then, while he's doing all that, he's having a very prolonged and protracted conversation via text message with a friend of his. He goes to her place of employment. He shows up at the bar. He finds his way into the bar after it's closed, and you can see the videos being played on loop, where this young lady hears him at the door and crouches down to hide and secrete herself so she is not seen in that bar.
Giga leaves the bar. Police say he was irate and apparently drunk too.
He decides to jump out in the parking lot and approach 4 black males that he didn't know. You can see on the tape, they got in their cars and they were leaving, and he's following the cars and smashing, the windows, hitting the windows of the car.
Officer Giga's attorney has issued a statement saying Fort Lauderdale Police John Giga was the victim of a heinous and brutal aggravated battery by multiple assailants. Despite his serious injuries, John has demonstrated his resilience and remains committed to returning to his police officer duties.
For a man that's been suspended 4 times, reprimanded 6 times, I think his time has come. This is not going to be something that's going to be swept under the rug.
So the internal investigation document also shows that Officer Giga stated that he is not racist because his girlfriend is black. Now, as far as him getting terminated, it is the city manager, the one who can make that decision. We are live in Fort Lauderdale. Yvonne Taylor, CBS News, Miami.
It's too much to cover in this video, so I'm going to hit what I remember and get out of here, man. This is wild as hell, family. And let me first and foremost say, I've been giving New Mexico, Georgia, and Texas a lot of hell that they deserve about how their domestic terrorist officers are behaving. But I've been remiss Don't get it twisted now. Florida stories come across my desk all the damn time. I just don't get to them, and maybe I'm showing some, internal unconscious favoritism now. But these cops down here off the damn chain too. So don't get it twisted now. So like I'm saying that because stories like this, Florida cops, South Florida cops driving drunk, and I mean just all kind of, this is a normal occurrence. So number one, it doesn't occur to me that they didn't fire this guy. So now let me get into one thing that I don't want to miss, and just in case anybody did, let me get it before I forget it. What you see here is two different incidences of how people handle things. In this case, the men, did what they did their way, and then the women you see mostly at their press conference, the NAACP press conference, they're doing their things their way. So, and I'm not knocking any, I'm just saying you see the response. That was something. Oh yeah, I just did a video, man. Eli up there in New York, you mean the people's guy, man, he was all up in the guy's face and got slapped. And I was just talking about, I don't think just because people are in, it just depends. It just depends on when it's like, I'm going to feel like morally, all right, now you can take something that's not physical and make it physical. But you don't have to let anybody threaten you and wait till they get physical with you, because it might be too late then. You get to decide when you wanted to protect yourself. So, but I was just talking about that, how you just can't be trying everybody, because everybody isn't going to go for it. Let me rewind and put some context on this thing though, guys. I already told you that Florida is the epicenter of America's, the new epicenter of American racism. It is. I'm a black man from Georgia, from Savannah, Georgia. We literally have monuments reminding us what happened in the slave trade. And Savannah, Georgia is a place where you go and there's remembrance of those type things. That's where I'm from. You see what I'm saying? But then when I come to Florida, the racism is here, and it's a different type of racism. I'm telling you, and I'm gonna give you the best description I can give you now. I was trying to say in Georgia right here and got tripped up. So in Georgia, you got the black-white racism. You know what I mean? The Klan slave owners who don't think certain demographics of humans are human. You got that going on, right? And it's reciprocated. I'll say it, but we don't want to talk about them roots because y'all don't want to do that shit. I'm going to tell the truth. But I come to Miami now, and it was different. The first time I experienced racism in Miami, it wasn't like a white versus black, or it wasn't even a race versus race thing, unless I'm just that ignorant too. It was, and I call them Hispanics. I don't mean to be rude, but Latinos, I'm sorry, whatever I'm supposed to say to be politically correct. Y'all know I'm respectful. It was some Cuban dudes dissing another set of Hispanics. And they got that. They don't even like each other at all like that. And I'm not saying all of them, but it's heavy in the air. And it got so uncomfortable for me that every time I would go around them, they would be doing it. And I'm just not the type of person who associates myself with certain things. So I just told them. I told them first, and then I stopped even going to right, because we work together. So, but first I told them, I said, yo, bro, y'all wild, and that shit ain't cool. It's one thing to have, you might not like someone or even have disgust for them, but you ain't got to be like inhumane communicating that. You ain't no better than no damn body. So that was my first time hearing it. The second time, there was this store I used to stop in all the time. I'm on South Beach doing what I do, and I had my little favorite store. I stop in there at night. I'm going home, and the guy, they knew me in now. So one of the guys that I knew, I'm buying my little joint one night, I'm paying for it at the counter, and he's like, yeah, these NIGGERSs, he said the word, and then he realized who he was talking to, and he was like, so I'm just telling you guys, there was 2 levels of real racism in Florida. That it's here. It is here. It is here. Florida ain't even, it's here. I'm gonna leave that there before I just say too much, but it's here, right? And it's not just from Hispanics, I'm just saying racism. Florida is America's new epicenter for racism. Come here and stay a while, you'll see. The other thing, guys, when they're saying, I don't, there may be more to this story than the average eye would realize if you're not in South Florida, and I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. They're making a big deal out of him saying the N-word, right? Now, 8 years ago, Florida had a cop, I referenced that in the intro, that, he got caught with some racist texts, and I guess he got fired or whatever. And then he was trying to get his job back, and they wouldn't take him back. I'm pretty sure that was 8 years ago. Y'all know he got a job somewhere. You know how them gangbanging terrorists are. But so they have a history of this too. But the other side of the coin that people who are not here may not realize, and it's something else that I had to get used to coming from Georgia, culture shock. Most of the Hispanics down here, if they're like from the urban culture, and even some that aren't, and I ain't saying ghetto and hood and trailer park, I'm just saying, like, we talking about doctors and lawyers, all walks of life down here in Florida. And not just in Florida, this is where I was awakened to it. They say, how my people, we might say, what's up, my, you know what I'm saying? My people say, that's how they communicate down here. And when I first got here and I heard Hispanic dudes addressing me like that, I'm like, boy, y'all better get y'all motherfucking mind right. Who y'all think? I don't even know y'all. Who you? And it was like every time I turned around, and then I finally realized, like, bro, unless I'm going to be fighting every day, I got to find a way to deal with this psychologically myself, because I can fight every damn day, but what kind of sense that make? This is a culture, and once again, it's not just in Florida. Now I observe the landscape. It's not even just Hispanics. Like, everybody want to be urban, hip-hop, black, and everybody walking around saying my nigga, and some black people cool with it, and some aren't. And I think that he might have been saying the hard ER. I don't know this cop, but it's very possible, man. We're in Florida. He's a young cop too. He might have just been saying, cause I'm telling you, my people be among the Latino people, and they be tossing the N-word back and forth. Not the hard ER, but the N-I-G-G-A. My nigga, I'll say it. They do it. So I don't know. I would have to hear that body cam or hear from those black guys to hear what he was saying. Because if he said my girlfriend was black, he could have just been, I got white friends, I got black. He could have been using that as an excuse, but he could have been telling the truth. I'm trying to tell y'all, this is South Florida. It is Let me say this. This is what I was going to say earlier. It's not like white and black down here. It's predominantly Latino. So they running everything, they mix with everything. And I ain't saying that it's not a bad thing. I mean, it is what it is. The Cubans take care of me. I get nothing but love from the Cubans. Like, the Cubans, my partners, they treat me like family. So I'm just letting you know what the landscape is down here. So I would like to know if it was that, because from what I seen, it looked like them guys just might have got tired of him. You could one thing about guys, bro, we in a group of people, we not the assholes and the dangerous people everybody try to make us out to be. That video proves it. If you in a bar, man, and you see, like, most times, unless both groups drunk, if it's some sensible dudes and it's one dude wilding out, it ain't got nothing to do with race. It's just men being men. We probably ain't gonna wild out on a dude wilding out unless he absolutely forces us to. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know if he was saying the hard ER. He could have been saying the hard ER, and they still was like, man, you drunk, cuz we see you drunk, relax, cuz you doing too much. That's how men handle it. Not just black men, not just white men, but reasonable men in those types of settings. I'm telling you, men ain't walking around looking for nobody's ass to kick. Most of us have had drunk nights like that, and we ain't want our ass kicked, and we woke up the next morning like, damn, I'm glad I'm still in one piece. So it looks like that may have been what was going on with the guys. I don't know what he was saying, but he was clearly like following their car, stalking their car. And after a minute, we're going to get out and beat your ass, cuz you begging for it. And I'm like, that's my, of what happened here. It very well, y'all know I don't give no damn about these terrorists. I don't trust none of them. I give them a chance individually, but y'all, if you watch my video, you know how I feel, so I ain't caping for him. I just like truth and I like context. So I would have to hear from those guys, and until I do, I'm going to be honest with you. I think it was a situation where he was just out there drunk as hell, and they need to deal with that professionally, because obviously we don't want no people on the street like that. You stalking this girl. What the hell you doing? Is she trying to hide and run from you, man? Well, yeah. So the chief, they make it look like only the NAACP wants them fired, but the chief has also came out and said, yo, we want him out of here. The problem I got with that, sir, is what the hell does that mean? Does Florida have a police union or something? You got to ask permission for somebody to get rid of somebody who worked for you, and this happened in Thanksgiving? I'm really not worried. I know y'all Negroes racist down here. I ain't worried about that part. I am if you a cop and you racist. I am. But I can't prove that's what was happening there. What I can prove is this Negro was clearly riding around in my vehicle, our vehicle that we pay for, not his ass, drunk as hell, endangering civilians and citizens, not giving a damn. And he got that girl so scared she hide from him after he walking into people's private property like he owned. He even walked in that's why you walked in that bar like you owned it, and lay down, your ass was sitting on the ground, bloody as hell, put in your place. Tell me what you think, guys. We're down here in South Florida, man. I don't know where y'all at, but wherever you at, be safe. And don't let nobody be racist. And don't let nobody stalk you, man, and make you feel like you can't protect yourself. Because like I said, you wait too damn late to protect yourself. That might not be an option. Trailhand Bill. I'm from Georgia, but we say they be down that.
This incident sparked an internal investigation, Elliot and Lauren. The whole incident, according to the document, happened in the parking lot of this establishment. It's a bar in Fort Lauderdale. Now, Officer John Giga, who has been in the force for 16 years, faces serious allegations, and the NAACP is saying today, why is he not fired?
After editing this video and watching it back, I didn't put enough emphasis on that question, man, considering this terrorist cop's actions. And then remembering that he said it's the city manager's job, man. I mean, just think about what he did. He's stalking a lady. He's driving around town drunk in his vehicle and another vehicle. I mean, y'all seen the video, man. To me, it just tells a story that something I say. It's not just cops, man. It's the government. They don't literally give a damn about American citizens. Why wouldn't you in a position to immediately remove this type of terror from the American streets? Y'all crazy, boy. They're going to have to get on TV apologizing for this coward because he done killed somebody before they finally do something about him. We'd be lucky if they do anything now. Thank you if you made it this far. If you liked the video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. If you care to go a little further than that, maybe even subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out a few of the other videos on the channel. Either way, y'all be safe.